Dear students, how are you all? I hope that you are all doing well. In the previous class, we discussed about rise of Stalin and about the 5 years plans. 5 years plans. In that 5 years plans, twin policy, we discussed about the rapid industrialization. Now we are going to discuss about the second policy, that is collectivization of agriculture. USSR under the leadership of Joseph Stalin tried to end a small peasants' production by forcing all small and large farmers to surrender their lands and join collective farms. What is the meaning of the collective farms? Collective farms were present in USSR during the time of Stalin. Those farms are completely pooled or filled in all the land in the villages alone with the tools and machines and animals. Farmers worked together and produce was divided among the members of the farms. This idea or the system was shifted from small holding farming to large scale farming. Means from small farmers to big farmers. Everyone should work and produce should be divided among the members. But thousands of peasants, especially the large farmers, resisted or they fought against it. They don't want to give their lands and work along with everyone in the collective farms. These large farmers, they don't want to give their lands and work along with everyone in the collective farms. We can see in the textbook that an incident, the day the news arrived, the landowners of Manor House was looted. His stock farms were requisitioned. Requisition means seized. And his vast orchard was cut down and sold to the peasants for wood. His large or vast orchard was cut down and sold to the peasants for wood. All his four buildings were torn down and left in a ruin while the land was distributed among the peasants here. All his buildings were completely destroyed, or ruin means destroyed, while the land was distributed among the peasants. His land also was distributed among the peasants who were prepared to live in the new Soviet life. So here the new Soviet life was started. Collective farms were started, and these farmers and these large farmers, they didn't join in the collective farms. They resisted. When they resisted here and they attacked, these all the people, Soviets, they attacked on these big farmers and they destroyed their houses, they looted their houses, and not only that, they distributed their land among these Soviets people here. So this was from the history of Soviet collective farms. So this was one of the small example how the land was seized, how the property was seized from the big farmers. Those who resisted or not willing to join collective farms were imprisoned. They were kept in the prison. And not only that, deportation deportation means sending them out of the country, sending them out of the country, even killing them or executed them, killing them or executed them. Those who don't want to give the land, those who resisted, or those who fought against these collective forms or against the Stalin, imprisoned them, and not only that, deportation means sending them out of the country. Because of the disturbance, it caused a severe famine in the 1929 to 1930. Approximately 1 year led to the death of a very large number of the people, here. And during this time, agriculture production declined. During this period, what happened? Agriculture production also, it decreased. But after 1 year, okay, agriculture production increased manifold and helped USSR to build its industries on an unprecedented scale. Here. Unprecedented means which never happened before. So here what happened? In the beginning, when these collective forms arrangements were going on, or when he was adding all the big farmers and small farmers into the collective forms, and those who didn't agree, he used to kill them, he used to send them out of the country, or he used to send them to jail. Because of this disturbance, what happened? 1 year there was a lot of disturbance. 1 year the agriculture production also, it declined or decreased. But immediately after 1 year, agriculture production increased manifold and helped the USSR to build its industries on an unprecedented scale, means which never happened before, and that was a great development. All the industries were owned by government. And they did not allow free market. Free market means here, and brokers, agents. But what happens here? The customer used to face the problems. The industries were owned by government, and they sold product directly to the customers. So in this way, USSR succeeded in collective forms. So in this way, what happened? The USSR succeeded in the collective forms. So this twin policy, 5 years plans of USSR inspired people all over the world who are committed to the ideals of equality and national liberation. A large number of them became communist. Large number of the people, they became communists and tried for communist revolution in their countries. They started communist revolutions in their countries also here. Many of them, like M.N. Roy, Tagore and Nehru, were inspired by it. Even though they did not agree with many aspects of communism, like a suppression of opposition and political parties here. Opposition or political parties, they didn't accept, and they didn't agree for that. But they were inspired by the communism. Here. Who was M.N. Roy? Rabindra Roy was an Indian revolutionary and radical activist. He was an Indian revolutionary and radical activist and a political theorist, as well as a noted philosopher in the 20th century. Roy was the founder of Mexican Communist Party and the Communist Party of India. He was the founder of Mexican Communist Party and the Communist Party of India also here. And many of them were also horrified Many of them are also horrified or extremely shocked by the violent elimination of oppositions and denial of multi-party democracy and freedom in the USSR. Some of them they were inspired and some of them they were horrified or extremely shocked by the violent elimination of oppositions. He killed many opposition leaders and denial of multi-party democracy. There should not be any multi-party system. There should be only single party, that is a Stalin party or Stalinism, and democracy and freedom in the USSR. Here George Orwell wrote his famous satire Animal Farm to highlight how the ideals of Russian Revolution were compromised in USSR. George Orwell famous satire Animal Farm to highlight how the ideals of Russian Revolution were compromised in USSR. Who was George Orwell? Eric Arthur Blair, known by his pen name George Orwell. He was an English novelist, essayist, journalist and heretic. And George Orwell, he criticized about the communism in the USSR here. So in this way, the experience of USSR was inspired by some people and some people criticized. Who was Stalin and when he died? The man who turned the Soviet Union from a backward country into a world superpower. He was the man who turned the Soviet Union from a backward country into a world superpower. He was born in a poor village, that was Georgia. He was born in a poor village in Georgia. He was scared or afraid of smallpox. He was scared or afraid of smallpox. He had a small problem in his arm also. Mother sent him to the Georgia to study and to become a priest. He did not complete his studies and soon completely and drawn into the city's active revolutionary circles. He did not complete his studies and soon completely he drawn into the city active revolutionary circles. Means he was not much interested in the studies. He was very interested or very active in the revolutionary activities. Stalin specialized of revolutionary activities and risking arrest every day by helping workers. Stalin and Lenin met each other in 1905 in London and 1906 Stockholm Party Conference. Lenin found Stalin's boorishness offensive of feminist. What is the meaning of the boorishness? Rough and rudeness of Stalin. So he valued his loyalty. Lenin valued his loyalty and appointed him in the new Soviet government. In 1922, Stalin was appointed to another such a post. General Secretary of the Communist Party's Central Committee. that Stalin understood that Stalin are everything, cadres are everything, our positions are everything. If you control the personal and you control the organization, what he understood? Stalin understood that cadres are everything. If you control the personals, you control the organization. You control the organization. His death 1924, Stalin planned very well in destroying all the old leaders of the party. All the old leaders of the party and his oppositions. He achieved the goals of rapid industrialization so that Russia could stand shoulder to shoulder with capitalist powers. He achieved the goals of rapid industrialization and not only that, collective forms, so that Russia could stand shoulder to shoulder with the capitalist powers. He forcefully collectivized agriculture. He was succeeded to make the Soviet Union from a backward country to superpower. He was succeeded to make the Soviet Union from a backward country to superpower. He played very important role in World War II also. He played very important role in the Second World War and could able to defeat the Hitler's army at Stalingrad in 1943. Joseph Stalin on 5th March 1953 at the age of 74 after suffering from stroke. Stalin's last words were, I die hard. I am not afraid to go. Here. So these were the last words of Stalin here. So now we have completed about the twin policy of Stalin: industrialization, rapid industrialization, and collectivization of agriculture farms in USSR, and how they were succeeded, and how they were escaped from the Great Depression. Now we shall discuss about the Great Depression. Now we are not going to discuss anything about regarding the atmosphere. It is not called as a depression in the Bay of Bengal here, like that. Now we are going to discuss about the Great Depression 1929 to 1939. It is related to economic conditions. So what is the meaning of the Great Depression? Already that we discussed about the Great Depression. In the previous video, already we discussed about the Great Depression here. Economic decline or decrease triggered or caused. Triggered means caused due to the decline in demand. And fall in the prices. It is called Great Depression. So even Western world affected Great Depression. It affected Great Depression, in which the factories closed down. Because of this, many factories were closed, and millions of the workers lost their jobs. They lost their jobs. Thousands of peasants found that price of their good crashed down. As the demand for their collapsed due to the shutting down of factories here. So here the Great Depression started after the stock market crash of October 1929. After the stock market crash of October 1929. The US Wall Street Exchange in 1929, it was a stock market. You know that stock market in Bombay we have. In the same way, there was a stock market in US, that was Wall Street Exchange. Wall Street Exchange. It affected out millions of the investors. It affected millions of the investors. It affected industrial output also. It affected industrial output also. As industrials closed down and companies laid off workers. As industries closed down, automatically they removed the workers here. They removed the workers here and their jobs. As industrial closed down, companies removed the workers and workers lost their jobs here. Now purchasing power. Now people lost purchasing power. When people unable to purchase, demand was decreased. When people unable to purchase, what will happen? Automatically the demand will be decreased. When the demand was declined, production will be declined. Then there is no need of any demand. Automatically what will happen? Production also will decrease. Means here the factories no need to produce much. When production declined, factories closed. When production also it is decreased, when we no need, when we don't want production, what happens? Automatically factories will closed. When the factories are closed, people will lose their jobs. People will lose their jobs. When people lost their jobs, when the people lost their jobs, they won't get salaries. They won't get salaries and they will lose the power of purchasing. They will lose the power of or caused the massive unemployment. Massive unemployment and decline of the income of the ordinary people as well as the governments across the world. Across the world, what happens here? Ordinary people, the income reduced. Government's income also reduced or collapsed here. 25%. 25% Americans were unemployed. How many people? 25% of American were unemployed out of 100. 35% in many other countries. Throughout the world, when you calculate approximately 35% the people, they lost their jobs. They became unemployed. 60% caused collapse of prices for agricultural produce. In agriculture also, the produce, it was collapsed. It was affected. 60% caused the pauperization. Pauperization means poverty of millions of farmers and cultivation was stopped. Cultivation was stopped. It affected to the farmers. They became pauperization or the poverty. Millions of the farmers and cultivation was stopped here. So it led to the devastating or destruction and increased poverty here. As the European economy was dependent on America and connected with the stock market, led to all the capitalist countries here. And banks were closed. People lost their savings here. Many people, they saved their money in different deposits in banks. What happened when banks were closed and people lost their savings or the deposits in the banks? This caused the acute political instability. Even government also, even political leaders also, they couldn't able to control this great crisis. Some of the economists or the politicians have argued over the cause of this decline and possible ways of preventing it. Some of the economists, experts or the politicians, they argued what is the cause of this decline, what was the cause of this decline, and they also set the some possible ways of preventing to it. How to prevent? How can we get the rid out of it? How can we get the rid out of it? How can we get the solution for this? So these things were discussed, argued by some of the these economists and politicians also here. Here if we see that Marxist economists, they argued that establishing the socialism will solve this crisis. Economists argued that establishing the or socialism will solve the such a problem or the crisis here. So what is the meaning of the Marxist here? Marxist means nothing that a supporter of the political or economic theories of Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. So these were the supporters of the Marxist economists were the supporters of the Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels here. And what is the meaning of the socialism here? Already that we explained the meaning. Socialism means economic system based on government control over the means of production, distribution and exchange, and operated for the welfare of the people, for the development of the people. That is called socialism. Socialism will be solution for this type of crisis or the Great Depression. So this was argued by the Marxist economists. On other hand, the economists like J.M. Keynes argued that state or the country should invest funds and generate employment to revive the economy. J.M. Keynes, he was also one of the economists. What he said? He said that when this type of problem arises, that time the state or the government, they should invest some money. They have to interfere in this and they have to invest some funds and generate employment to revive the economy here. So J.M. Keynes said that government should invest funds and generate employment which will help the people to earn the money here, and the people will get the purchasing power. The demand will increase. Be increased. When demand is increased, factories will start here. When the factories will start, automatically people will get the jobs here. When the people get the jobs, automatically they will get the salaries. If they get the salaries or the money, and they will go to the market and they will purchase. So they will get the capacity of purchasing power. When they start purchasing, automatically the demand will be increased. When the demand is increased, automatically factories will start. Then the factory starts, automatically the employment will be generated. So in this way, automatically we can get, or the state can get rid out of this Great Depression or this type of crisis. Some of the capitalist countries, they were not ready to invest the funds here, and the economy fall in the crisis here. When they were not ready to invest the money, what happened? So this economy was fall in the crisis or in the danger here. During this time, the president of US, Roosevelt, through his New Deal policy, he tried to overcome this crisis. Here. He promised that 3 R's. 3 R's means here relief to the victim of depression. Those who are affected of this depression, Great Depression, for them some relief means providing some help. Reform of the financial institutions. Reform of the financial institutions means some like banks. Okay, so these are the changes, doing some changes. Reforms means changes of the financial institutions like banks. And recovery of the economy. Recovery of the economy also here. So there were three were called 3 R's of New Deal policy. 3 R's of New Deal policy here. And not only that, he established permanent system of the universal retirement pensions. He also introduced the universal retirement pensions. Unemployment increased. Unemployment insurances also. Unemployment insurances. Welfare benefits for the handicapped. Some of the welfare programs are the benefits for the handicapped. And some welfare programs are the benefits for the needy children in the families. Those who, even Britain also, they introduced some of the welfare programs in their country, in the country here. That time, Winston Churchill was the Prime Minister of United Kingdom. Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Winston Churchill was the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom or the UK. So Britain also adopted some extensive social security measures like unemployment insurance, unemployment insurances here. So extensive social security measures like insurances, old age pension schemes, sickness coverage, health schedules, health schemes here, and child care, education, housing and food for the people here. So these were the some of the social security measures which were introduced by Britain during the Great Depression also. Some government tried to mitigate or reduce the ups and downs of the market based on capitalism here. Now occurred during the 1929 to 1939. So in the next class we shall discuss about the rise of Nazism in Germany, and Germany during the time of Great Depression. Situations or the conditions are prevailed in the Germany during the time of Great Depression, and Germany during the time of Hitler. These are all the points that we are going to discuss in the next class. Thank you.